as the riders do come right to the top.
Fearless Ford, owner of the last travelling wall of death in Britain, has taken risks for more than half his life. Now 49, he's got off lightly. Broken collarbones and ribs, concussion, cuts and bruises. And the job remains a labour of love.
I am passionate about the wall of death. My whole life revolves around that wall, really. I've got enough splinters off it anyway. I think it's part of me, more ways than one. Yes, I just love it, but I have other things in life, but I've been associated with it now for over 25 years, and I would really miss it if I wasn't riding any longer.
And for the next act, the Hell Riders race.
Ned has been with me now for quite a few years. I taught Ned to ride, and it's worked very well with the two of us. Once you've ridden with somebody, there's a certain bond, which I can't explain it, but it's certainly there. And obviously Ned and I have got that bond.
I've been involved with the Wall of Death since, I suppose, about 87. Ideally, I'd like to own my own wall. I think anybody who's worked for somebody else has had ambitions to go into business for themselves. But a Wall of Death is quite a rare thing. We are the only Wall of Death in the country still touring. It's not something you can go down to the local Wall of Death shop and buy.
The act once drew vast audiences and made a big profit. Nowadays, with so many newer attractions, the wall is a bit old hat. And with 2 permanent roadies on the payroll, they hardly cover their costs. Something more daring is needed, and they've settled for sex appeal. They've advertised for a brave, some might say foolish girl to join them. If you want to get ahead, you've got to have a gimmick.
To try and get a little bit of extra interest, especially at these big bike shows, a girl on the handlebars is going to be the thing which we're going to promote this year as being the new and novel act. I would expect most of the girls that apply for the job to be in the biking scene, as it were, and the time will tell really what the advert brings in.
Bloody damn work. The bulb holder's gone.
I'm disappointed in this, you know. I thought we'd have about 25.
The advert came out very late.
You think so?
Oh, this girl here, it's Australian.
What do you think of this one? 5'7", statistics are right. Not too heavy, 9 stone, just about within. Judging by the picture, I think she's done a bit of modelling.
Well, I don't think it matters as much how they look, providing
they've
they're
got
not
to look
enormously
good on the front of the
fat or
show.
anything, because of course she's got to go up on the front of the bike. I know you're not supposed to be, was it? Fattest,
Politically.
weightest. But, you know, it's a job to be done there, isn't there?
We don't want a fat slag, do we, really?
Yeah. Can't put that in for sure.
Allan doesn't seem to think that women should travel. He used to pass the odd remark about me coming to... Not so much me coming to see Ned, but when I started travelling, he kept passing the odd remark. But I think he's got used to the idea now that I'm here to stay. And if I don't travel, then Ned won't travel either. As for women travelling in general, I don't really think he's that keen on the idea. I think he's had a little bit of trouble in the past, resulting in his workers leaving because of the girlfriend's attitude to the travelling.
Allan, alias Fearless, is married with 1 child.
All right, kill it if you like.
His wife stays at home. That's the way they like it. And although he's accepted that a girl could save the act, he's not really happy about it.
I do have reservations about women joining the team, yes. It's always a worry that somebody's going to strike up a relationship with one of the girls, and then you not only lose a girl, but you lose somebody that's working for you and been with you and knows the job, which has happened before. So it is a worry, yes.
The Wall of Death convoy rides into London for one of the highlights in the bikers' calendar, the two-day Chelsea Bridge reunion. Ned's wife Steph, who's expecting their second child, is driving one of the trucks. Unlike Fearless, Ned is all for letting a woman into their lives.
I enjoy travelling with Steph and Katie. I think it's a good start in life for little Katie. She sees things that other little kids of her age wouldn't see. She meets a lot of people. It's a healthy outdoor life. I think it's a good start for her.
We ain't got a lot of room. It's fairly even, but we just got to do the best we can.
Today, some of the girls who replied to the ad are coming to find out what they've let themselves in for.
It's time now. Supposed to have a girl here any minute now who's going to come and see us about a job, but time will tell. I very much doubt if they'll all turn up.
Life is difficult on the road. It's not all fun and games. It's very hard work building up, pulling down. As for taking on a girl, she's going to have to get involved with the building up and pulling down as well. But if it works, great.
What are you doing for a living now?
Oh, I just finished a job at the pub in Chiswick.
Yeah. So you're a local
Yeah.
girl, are you?
No. The other side of the world.
Yeah. What made you want to do this then?
I just got asked if I wanted to do it, so I thought, well, why not?
You like a bit of danger?
Well, not really, but just thought I'd give it a go.
She didn't exactly strike me as the perfect biker's girl. She's not the image of a biking girl that I had in my mind. If you saw her walking down the street, you wouldn't know that she had a motorcycle. There are some girls that if you saw walking down the street, you'd say, bet she's got a bike. What do you reckon then?
I've hardly seen her.
You didn't see her standing over there?
No.
In the green.
Oh, that was her.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Seems all right. I haven't seen her. What am I supposed to say? I don't know.
So you fancy this job, do you?
No, I've actually, yeah.
Have you seen the show?
I haven't. The only time I've ever seen The Wall of Death before has been like on film.
Do you think that you haven't got any commitments? You could do this full time if you had to?
It's quite possible.
Do you fancy it?
Yeah, if I fancy it,
Yeah.
it's quite possible. Yeah,
We
no
travel
problem.
all over the country. No children?
Oh, God, no.
No. Boyfriend?
No, not at the minute.
Okay then.
Free as a bird, as they say.
Right.
I mean, would it always be just a handlebar job, or would there be a place?
Well, it does take quite a long time to train somebody,
Yeah.
and you've got to be willing to take a few knocks and get back on and have another go. Let's see how you get on the handlebars first.
I used to ride on the handlebars quite a lot, and I would have loved to have ridden, to have learnt to ride the wall itself, but Allan was not very keen to train anybody, let alone a female, to ride.
It is dangerous. You have always got that 20-foot drop. You can't do much more than 50 miles an hour because the blood starts to drain from your head and go down to your feet. The girls should be all right, although if a girl makes a sudden movement, it can throw the balance of the bike off. But I think we'll be all right.
A daring dozen have made it to the finals in the contest to become the girl on the motorbike.
Pretty. What would you put her down at?
She could be 112 stone, couldn't she?
She looks super with an Indian headdress on. What do you think of this one?
She's quite good. She's smaller.
Yeah, whatever turns you on, isn't it? Well, I suppose the best thing is to give them all a try, isn't it? I mean, we've got to give them all a chance.
I'm Amanda, I'm 29 and I'm from Wandsworth.
My name's Bernice, 21, and I come from Aldingham.
I'm a housewife. I'm an accounts clerk.
Having the opportunity to do it now, I may never get it again.
It's too good of a chance to miss, so go for it.
Hello, girls. Everybody all right? Well, I'd like to start off by thanking you all for coming, and I know it's a long way for some of you. Let me first introduce ourselves. I'm Allan, I'm the proprietor and also the rider. This is Ned.
Hiya.
He's the other rider. Now, obviously, we don't need 12 girls for the job, so I'm afraid that some of you are obviously going to be a little bit disappointed that you're not chosen. But anyway, I'm sure we're going to have some laughs, and I think we'll all have a good time. Okay? Mind your head on the cable.
Your head on here. Okay.
Okay, girls? Well, here it is. This is the Wall of Death. The wall itself was built in the 1920s. It's a wooden construction, as you can see. Weighs about 20 tons, 20 foot high, 32 feet in diameter, and it's right up round the top that you'll be going for a ride. If one of you girls breaks your neck, it's down to you. Ned, like to say a few words?
Right. You, hang on, let's get this right. You were supposed to go on about your bit, and then I was supposed to come in afterwards, wasn't I?
Sorry. Right. Who's going to be the first volunteer?
Yeah, right.
Right. I'd like to take, what's your name? Sarah. Sarah. Okay, Sarah? You'd like to come over here?
Okay. Right, do you want to move the bike around a second? Right, you'll actually be sitting there, okay? Your feet will be over the handlebars. Now, do you want to get on, try it for size? Yeah. Do you want to get on yourself, or do you want me to lift you on?
Why not?
Oh, thank you. I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, yes. Right. Just make yourself comfortable. Hold on. That's right.
Don't lean up the wall or down the wall, but try and stay central. Okay. All right.
I'll go and shut the doors.
Okay. Take you around the track first. Get used to it, all right? You all right? Just lean back, relax. All right. Here we go then.
Are you dizzy? Oh. Go and have a sit down.
And the next one, please.
Right, let me give you a hand.
Never experienced anything like it, and I probably never will again. It's such an adrenaline flow, straight to the head. You don't feel your body, it's just all in here. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
I would feel quite flattered that I'd got through it, because obviously the guys who ride the bikes want someone who's dedicated. I'm still not sure if I'd do it or not full time.
If it was to become long term, I'd be very keen to ride the bike itself.
I think it's great. Everyone's enjoying themselves, and that's all that matters. Competition, it's not an element for me.
I thought it went quite smoothly. I think they all enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to whittling them down, to be honest with you.
No, I'm not, but we have got to, obviously.
There were several we picked out solely and only on their size. There was about 3, weren't they? They were
Yes,
quite
there were.
small,
And of course
slightly built.
The little girls that were lighter and smaller are much easier to take up on the wall. Takes less power to get them up there. You can do more with them when you're up there. I thought the girl with the coloured hair, found her a little bit heavy on the bars, so I think we'll have to eliminate her. There was another girl also that froze a little bit.
Oh, the big tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not one of them bottled out, which was a bit of a surprise. We expected at least one or two to say, forget it.
That's right, they didn't. Yeah.
One or two were a bit surprised.
I think they were, yeah. It'd be interesting to see how they perform with a microphone. I know it's daunting using the mic, and I think it's going to sort the wheat from the chaff. Well, the big moment. When you come up here, and I'd like you to read this piece of paper, put some expression into it, I'd like you to imagine that this piece of ground here is full of people. Right, here we go then. Here's the first one.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears, because when you come in here, you're not going to be able to hear anything when you come out. This is the Wall of Death calling you. The next show is about to start, so come on forward. It's 32 feet in diameter and 20 feet high, and just straight up and down like the wall that surrounds your own home. It's a mile a minute, 3 or second show, so move forward now. This is the Wall of Death calling you.
I'm on microphone.
Tracy was very good on the bike,
Yeah.
not quite as good on the microphone.
No.
Sarah, again, she was reasonably good on the microphone. I liked the little bit she ad-libbed,
Yes.
but she was a little bit large, I think, for the bike.
I think that Cheryl
Cheryl.
wasn't
I found
very
her
clear.
No, I found her accent a little bit
Yeah, I
difficult.
think that could be a bit of a
which
disadvantage.
was unfortunate. Bernice.
Bernice. That was a little cockney.
Oh yeah, lovely accent, but I think she spoke accent with a touch of English more than anything else. There's only two, I think, were good on the bike and the microphone.
Yes.
I think that's going to have to be the decision, isn't it?
Okay, well, let's go and tell them that.
Yeah.
Well, girls, the moment of truth. After a lot of sort of,
Well,
You know.
it took a lot of discussion.
but we've had to make a decision for 2 girls in the end, rather than 1. So the choice is Cham and Amanda. All right.
I really wasn't expecting it at all.
No.
I thought you read it out wrong or something.
Yeah, because I'd already picked Jane and Sarah. Yeah, I was just convinced it was going to be one of those two.
No, I wasn't really disappointed. I mean, I've had my kick now. I've been round. I've enjoyed it. I've done what I've set out to do. So yeah, it's been a good day.
I'm really happy for the 2 girls that have been chosen at the end of the day. Someone's got to lose, haven't they?
I'm pleased with the 2 girls we've chosen. I think that they both live quite locally, which will be useful for this event. They've both got boyfriends, which will be a good thing, really. They've both got steady relationships, and that means that I'm not so likely to lose one of my men who's going to fall in love with one of them. So, you know, one has to consider these things in my position.
Now there's no turning back and the girls have been chosen, Ned and Fearless decide to push them in at the deep end. They'll make their debut today.
A few words about what I'd like you to wear. We all wear these riding jumpers, red. Our corporate colours really are red and black. Now, a nice pair of polished boots, bit of a shine on them. When you sit on the handlebars, remember to relax. And while you're going round, look at the people, smile, wave at them. You're doing it as part of a show that they've paid to come and see. So just wave, act naturally and act as if you're having the time of your life. When you're on the stage here, you are their focal point, and you've got a lot of people out the front here. You must look at them all the time. You understand that? Is that all right?
Fine.
Fine. All right then. Anyway, at least the weather's been fine.
Beginning bit. Is there anything you think we should stick in the beginning to attract their attention?
I don't worry about Ned getting chatted up by any females. Obviously he does get chatted up, which I think is great because it proves that I'm married to a very attractive bloke. I don't have any fears of him running off with any girl who might be taken on to ride on the handlebars.
The main thing I'm worried about is actually getting up and standing and trying to get the punters in. And even yesterday, that was more nerve-wracking than actually getting on the bike and doing the wall itself.
When I rode round yesterday, didn't even really notice the people that were there. You know, there were the other girls from the audition. The family of Allan and Ned were watching as well. And didn't even notice any faces, just concentrating on the forces. I haven't told my parents yet what I'm doing. I think I'll tell them afterwards because they'll only worry.
Showtime. No time for second thoughts.
I certainly would have liked to have had more time going around the wall.
Should we be going off shortly to go and get dressed?
And they're nice black and red corporate colours. Yeah.
Now comes the crunch. Can the girls draw more crowds? And will they bring in more money?
We'll see how they get on after today. It's a long time to go yet, and as for a full-time job, we'll have to see at the end of the day.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have an extra-added attraction in this show for no extra charge. Right this way for the 3 o'clock show.
Right. This is the Wall of Death, so come on forward. It's a mile a second, no, mile a minute, sorry. Mile a minute, a thrill a second. So come on forward, it's a 3 o'clock show, it's about to start.
Right forward now, right this way, we're just commencing an extra-added attraction, right forward.
And for the grand finale of the show.
The young lady here will be coming for a ride on handlebars at the motorcycle.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, just relax. Same as we went through yesterday.
I'm not worried at all about the fact there's going to be lots of people watching me. You don't really think about who's up there. You're more thinking about your own excitement and the thrill of the ride. Just can't wait to get on with it, really.
We're doing quite well. So stand here and go, right forward now, just starting, right forward now, just starting, right this way, just commencing, any more. Come on in, lads, we're just starting, right forward.
Come on in and see the Wall of Death, a show to remember for as long as your memory lives.
Hey!
If I had the opportunity to back out now, I would back out.
And for the next act, the beautiful chap coming for a ride on the handlebars.
Just relax.
I really have no idea why I was selected. From what I could tell, all the girls were equally qualified. I think we're all a bunch of nutters.
I reckon having an audience made it better because you kind of play up to them, like doing the wave, sort of went. I forgot to look at the audience.
Well, nobody's perfect. And after all, until now, Cham was just an accounts clerk and Amanda a graphic artist. At the end of the day, despite all his reservations, Fearless is sold on the girls. They triumphed and takings are up. Trouble is, did they just do it for a laugh? And now they know they can do it, well, they want to carry on.
One of the problems is, of course, that both have reasonable jobs and may not want to come with me full time. There will come a time when I can't do it any longer. As I'm getting older, I find the building up and pulling down getting harder. After all, nobody wants to pay to see some old codger tootling round the Wall of Death, do they?
But people do want to see the girls. For now, Cham and Amanda have agreed to do the odd weekend show, and Fearless has a new trick up his sleeve.
I think both of the girls are quite capable of learning to ride the wall themselves eventually, so that'll make a nice new novel act.